Hey guys, Carly here. I know it's been a while since Emma and I posted on YouTube, so we're going to try and get better at that, but I thought now would be a great time. I want to say personally, thank you so much for those who have messaged me and emailed me and just said some of the most encouraging words and supporting words when I posted a photo a few weeks ago in regards to a disease I was diagnosed with 7 years ago. So that's kind of what this video is going to be about because I have received a lot of questions, and so I figured I would just share my story here and maybe inspire somebody or maybe shed light on somebody who is struggling with this because it's less than ideal. So like I said, 7 years ago, I'm 27 now, so I guess almost 8 years ago, I was diagnosed with a disease called endometriosis. So for those of you who don't know what it is, it affects women, usually it's actually 1 in 10 women, but I'll spare you the details because it's not ideal, but it's not contagious or anything. But my process to getting diagnosed was not fun at all. It started when I was about 17, and I was just noticing a lot of fatigue and stomach aches and just, gosh, I mean, everything and anything a 17-year-old girl does not want to go through. And I have amazing parents, and they were super supportive with helping me get diagnosed and helping me kind of figure out what was going on. I went to my primary care physician, went to many amazing doctors, but unfortunately, endometriosis has many symptoms and side effects that other common colds and common summer problems have. So I was in and out of doctor's offices for 2 years. I think I was poked and prodded with everything and anything you can imagine, all with good intention, just trying to find out what was wrong. But I was first diagnosed with lactose intolerance, so I changed my whole diet, and the problem wasn't going away. I think I still felt better because when you take out those products, obviously it helps with the physical aspect, so I was kind of like, oh, maybe things are getting better. And then it wasn't until my senior year of high school, and I was actually sitting in the middle of SATs, and I don't even know what happened, but all of a sudden, the worst pain I've ever experienced in my entire life came over me, and it felt like my insides were they were going to leave my body. And I instantly ran out of the room, and I became ill right away, and I was ill for about 3 days, and that's when I was like, something's really wrong, and so went to a few more specialists. They diagnosed me with a few other things, and then the day that I was told I had hypochondria, so they said, you're hypochondriac, we're sorry, nothing's wrong with you. You can only imagine I was in tears. I was a disaster. At that time, I was 18 years old, about to go into college, and I was like, this is ridiculous, something's actually wrong. But, just continued to take care of myself as best as I could. Well, it was about a year after the SATs. I was in my winter quarter of college, and same feeling came about. I woke up one morning in my bed at my sorority and ran to the bathroom and was ill from pain. This is when I called my mom, and I said, I need to figure out what's going on. So thankfully, this amazing specialist, she was like, you know what? Let's just go in. Let's check things out. So that was the beginning of my journey with endometriosis. So I had a laparoscopy about a month later. It's where they go in through your belly button and just kind of go on exploratory. I came out of surgery, and a procedure that was supposed to last about 35-40 minutes ended up being 2 hours because they did find the endometriosis. Since then, I've had 3 surgeries. I have recently been told that I can no longer have any more surgeries because the scar tissue is now causing more damage than the endometriosis. I do want to have kids one day. I really hope to be a mom. For any of you moms out there who do have endometriosis, that's amazing. Congratulations for putting up with this awful disease and then having a beautiful child, because I hope one day I can do that. So with that said, kind of my motivation to making this video, I'm actually going in and potentially beginning the process of freezing my eggs. Kind of something crazy to be sharing with people who I don't even know, but I hope that somebody is listening and knows that, you got to kind of take it into your own hands. After my first surgery, that's when I started to travel I was kind of letting this disease run my life. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to figure out my future. I need to figure out my career. I want to have kids. So I need to do whatever it takes to get my life moving so that my future can unfold. And not that it was a bad thing at all, but in the end, I was like, why am I letting this one thing dictate everything? How I wake up in the morning. I wake up so tired sometimes. You wake up in pain, and it's just something that it can actually overtake you, and you can let it run your life. And that's where I was at. I was completely letting it take over, more from a planning aspect of how my future was going to unfold. So I kind of took matters into my own hands, still let it affect me mentally and physically. And it just kind of, it's something that I still deal with and still battle, but I don't want to let it take over more of my future. So that's why I'm taking these potential steps in hopefully one day being able to have kids. But just to shed some light on some other things, especially in regards to fitness, since I have had surgeries, it does make a lot of my abdominal workouts a little bit difficult because they have to actually go in through your abdomen. So every time I have a surgery, I have to kind of go back and reteach myself and reteach my muscles to engage. So my lower core is not very strong. I'm working on it. I have a very strong back because I overcompensate. But lack of motivation is, I think, it's not even words that can amount up to sometimes when I wake up in pain or ill and still getting my butt to the gym because I know how much better I feel after. But, like I said in my post, this has not been easy. I've been on and off of different medications trying to help with the pain, or actually endometriosis has caused some other health issues. And so I was on hormones, like different birth controls that were kind of regulating my hormones. And so I actually started experiencing hair loss. Like my hair actually started falling out. So a little quick note, this is actually not all my hair. I have extensions in. So I think being a woman, you kind of got to do what's going to make you feel good. So I know on Instagram and everything, we all see these beautiful women and these things that we aspire to be, but we all have our little things, and I like to get long hair. So this is where I've chosen to kind of make myself feel better from something that I wake up and lose my hair often. So my hair falls out like on a regular basis. It's just like out. So kind of gave me that anxiety of like, oh my gosh, this thing is still affecting me in more ways than one. And so I took matters in my own hands and just kind of do what you got to do. So that's what makes me feel better. So to each his own. But I think for me, one thing that has definitely helped is support of my family and friends, being more open about it. I was definitely kind of reserved for the first few years because I had no idea what the heck this thing even was, and trying to process how it was affecting me daily and how it was going to maybe affect me down the road. And so I kind of shelled up, and when you say you have a disease, it's not like the most attractive thing to say, but I think especially through this fitness world and through Instagram and through opening up with Emma, I think that I've just become more open, and I hope that, through all this social media and through the filtering of life that we all do, we remember who we are, and you don't have to go and share it to the world at all. But since I did post that, I have gotten so much incredible feedback, and I've actually been continuing dialogue with a lot of amazing women who are struggling from this or something else that is in the way of their own fitness journey or their own health journey, or gosh, getting out of bed in the morning. Just, we all have our stories, and we oftentimes don't share those stories. And so hopefully shedding a little bit of light on my story, and it's a constant battle, and hopefully I'll keep you guys posted with where I'm going and what happens at my doctor's appointment, which is this week. It's tomorrow morning. So comment below if you guys would like any other further information about this, or again, feel free, you guys have our emails, it's on our Instagram and everything. But hopefully this just sheds a little bit of light on a negative thing that you just you deal with, and you can turn little things into, I don't want to use the word positives because it's not even that optimistic of a thing, but just, we're all dealt different cards, and it's how we choose to deal with the things that is kind of how my days unfold. So I can let it take me one way, but I'm trying my best to dictate my own life. And so some days are better than others, and I have to lean on a lot of people for support sometimes. But don't be afraid. Comment below. Ask me any of your questions. Hopefully it's being a little bit more open about it helps somebody out there. So obviously there's a lot more to my journey with this, but just to touch on it is what I was hoping to do. So hopefully we'll have more videos to follow about our fitness, our life, everything. Let us know what you want to hear from us. As always, comment on our Instagrams, comment below this, and thank you so much again for all of your guys' support and for everyone's unbelievably kind words when I did put out that vulnerable post. I cannot even begin to let you guys know how much that meant. So thank you, and as always, have a great day. You guys deserve it.